Hi, my name is Pablo Zabaleta and I welcome you to this video where we will be covering Chapter 12, Inventory Management of the Heizer and Render book. As always, let's start first with our outline. We will be covering several aspects of inventory management. Inventory is something that's so hugely important in today's workplace that actually this could be a complete course in and by itself. So let's start first by defining what is inventory. The dictionary defines it as a written list of all goods and other things belonging to a person or community, made with order and precision. Okay, for operations management, let's try to make something that we can understand and hold on to it. When we talk about inventory, or stocks, which is the other word that is widely used, we're talking about a set of inputs, that is supplies. We're talking about outputs, that is products, and something, usually work in progress product, something that is being transformed, but we haven't finished yet, so it doesn't qualify as product, but it has abandoned the category of supplies. So those are the three. Inputs, what's coming in, outputs, what's going out, and usually work in progress, that's in the middle, let's say, being transformed. What is it for? What are inventories for? The first thing is to disconnect parts of the production process, that is, to act as a buffer between processes. Second is to provide a variety of goods that allow the customers to choose. Most of the customers are not able to imagine things if they don't see them. But also, not all customers want exactly the same stuff. So, if you're making shirts, for example, you might want to make them in different colors because not all customers will want only white shirts or only black shirts. Yes, there might be a color that is more in fashion or it's more demanded. Yes. But that doesn't mean that all customers want the same. So if you can, you need to offer variety. And to do that, you will need inventories. Also, inventories help us take advantage of volume discounts. For example, if we're buying only 1 ton of cotton for the shirts, we might get a different price than if we buy or bought just 100 kilograms. Usually, the larger the purchase, the better terms that we can get. Another reason is to protect ourselves against inflation and rising prices. This might not be a concern in certain advanced economies where inflation and prices are usually under control. They don't change so much. But in developing countries where the economic situation is different, this is most certainly a concern. Why are inventories so important? Well, essentially, because they comprise between 40 to 50% of the total assets of an organization's value. So that is really, really important. Also, the larger amount of inventories that you have, the larger flexibility that you get. Yes, production engineers love large inventories because then they can use whatever is needed in the moment that they need it. They have it immediately, so that's wonderful. If you have all the parts to be able to keep the maintenance of a machine, you don't have to worry about getting it on time when you're repairing it. You just say, I need this part, and boom, it's there. However, that costs a lot. It ties up resources for the company and it sends all your performance down. So what is the other extreme? Well, the ideal inventory size is 0. That's a number that you will need to learn. 0. The ideal inventory size is 0. Types of inventories, as we said before: raw materials, that is supplies, products in process, work in process, finished product, but we also have MRO, maintenance, repair and operation, and we might have office supplies or whatever. In general, we need inventories for everything that hits our CSF, our critical success factors. So even if something is very seemingly small, you will have to take a very, very hard look at it. As always, the pandemic has been a huge educational experience for everybody along the supply chain. For example, there was this company that made the leather and the coverings for the seats and for the driving wheel. And the final touch for all that was a special paint, a varnish, that it had to be applied so as to allow the driving wheel and the seats to be chemically stabilized so that they could resist sun, tear, wear, etc. Owing to the pandemic, that varnish didn't arrive from the main supplier. So this company could not make the driving wheels or the cloths for the chair manufacturer. In short, a lot of cars could not be made because they didn't have driving wheels. And you cannot sell a car saying, I'll give you the driving wheel in 3 months. You can imagine. So, critical success factors, main reason to view all reality, to analyze it. Our lesson will continue in the next video.